Hi, welcome back. I know I'm actually making a video in a month. It's amazing. Today is January 29th. Figured I'd do my video a little bit early because I've actually been sticking to my whip rotation and I'm really happy with my progress this month. So this is like unusual for me. I think I've actually gotten my stitchy bug back, which is amazing. I got a lot of progress done this month. I worked on 4 projects, which I have right here. They are all still on their Q-snaps. I'm going to try to keep my projects pretty much on Q-snaps. I think I have 6 projects now, but I think I only have 5 Q-snaps. So obviously one's going to have to come off, but I really don't like taking projects off of Q-snaps unless I absolutely have to, because I just don't like doing that. I'm sure other people understand that. So please sit down and enjoy. This probably won't be super long. I'm just gonna do like a little update and then go through my whips. As you can see, my background's changed just a little bit. If you can see that peacock up there, that is an old whip of mine. I finished it quite a few years ago. I don't remember the name, the designer. I don't remember that. It was a kit. I remember that. I did not do it on fabric. I did it on like paper, cross-stitch paper. And I decided not to do that again because I had to. You can't see it obviously because it's kind of, you kind of have to like really look at it to notice it. But I did have to take 2 pieces to make it long enough, and so there is a seam where I did that. But I mean, it's still beautiful. And I decided, since I'm not doing the poster thing anymore, why keep it? So I threw that away, put that up, because I was going through my finishes, and 2 of them are gifts that I'm trying to finish up the one for my mom and my dad before I give all of those gifts. And then 2 others, I just don't really know what to do with them. So actually I think I only have 1 other. I think this is my other one, and then I have 1 other one. There's a sale for Cloudsfactory a few years ago, the mythical creatures one. So I have that done. I just don't really know what to do with it. But yeah, so okay. So life, not much has changed. Still doing schoolwork. Still working at the same place. I have decided, I literally just sent the email today, so it might change, but my degree was in business administration with a concentration in accounting, and I'm currently doing an accounting course right now, and it's not my first one, but I think I've just decided accounting is not really for me. So I'm trying to drop my accounting from my degree right now and just focus on business, because it doesn't click in my mind. Like it hurts my brain. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I can do a spreadsheet, with the best of them, but all of the other stuff that accounting includes, it's not for me. My like dream major would have been history or something like that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go back in a few years and get a degree in something else, when I'm rich and famous, have money to burn. But for right now, I think a business administration is a pretty solid degree to have to do other stuff. So we'll see. Big thank you to all of the new subscribers, the subscribers who stayed with me and commented, and just like welcome to all the new people. I don't go through my email very often, and I went through it today and I was like, wow, I got a bunch new subscribers. That's really amazing. And a lot of people commented. I noticed a lot of people commenting about full coverage, because that is mainly what I do. And I'm not like saying anything bad against all the Flosstubers who do samplers. Great, that is great for them if that is what they're into. It's just not really what I'm into. There's a few samplers here and there that I like, but for the most part, full coverage is what I love doing. And there are a few floss tubers who do full coverage. I've kind of stumbled upon them. I do feel like the majority of Flosstube is samplers, and it's just not for me. I do watch a few of them. I'm subscribed to a few floss tubers who mostly do samplers, so I enjoy watching some of it. I do wish that there was more full coverage, because I feel like it's just, I get why a lot of people don't like doing it, because it can be way more time consuming and a bit more frustrating, but it can also be a bit more forgiving. Like, I noticed that when I was doing one of these that's not full coverage and I had to frog an entire section. When I'm doing full coverage, if I make a mistake, I'm just like, no one's gonna notice it, and I just kind of work around it. Because there's so much going on around it, it doesn't really matter. But in samplers, like, you make one stitch wrong, you have to frog everything, because then everything's off. So that's just my opinion on it. Alright, I think I'm gonna get into these. So in my first week, I worked on, these are not in order. In my first week, I worked on Epic Pokemon, Generation 1, and here is the full picture there. And then here is where I was in the last time you saw it. And here's where I am now. So as you can see, I literally just realized what one of the Pokemon is, because I don't really look at the full picture very often, so I don't always know what I'm stitching on until like enough has been revealed and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that is. So I believe this one is Licking Tongue. I don't remember the names to all of these Pokemon. These are the ones I'm most familiar with by far, out of any of the generations, but I definitely don't remember all of them. But I believe that that is Electabuzz. Right there. I'm pretty sure that's Electabuzz. That's the one I was just like, oh my god, I think that's Electabuzz. So yeah, I'm not sure what else, what the other Pokemon are in here. So this is a pattern I got off of, oh god, Sprite Stitch. I can't remember who it's by. And I have no idea. I know I'm stitching on an Ada. No idea what the count is. Pretty sure it's just plain white. But yeah. I made some pretty good progress on that. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, and I think I did it after I recorded my last video, but I looked on my whip parade from last year, and just to see what progress I'd gotten done in 2022, and I barely got anything done on anything. It was a very bad stitching year for me. Definitely. Probably one of my worst in a few years. So this year, really want to turn that around, and so far, I'm on a pretty good roll. So there's that. And then the next one I worked on was a new start, and it was Epic Storybook Princesses by Cloudsfactory. Here's the full picture. And this is what I got done. So I almost finished the castle, but I ran out of Snow White, so all that is left in the castle is the white. Everything else is finished, and then whatever backstitching there is for the flags up there, I don't know what color that is, because I am using Pattern Keeper, and apparently Cloudsfactory designs and Pattern Keeper aren't super compatible. I'm having it, I don't know if anyone can maybe give me tips on how they do their digital patterns from Cloudsfactory on Pattern Keeper, but for me, I remember I did this a while ago, but I do remember when I first imported it in, I had to do like a lot of fiddling with it. And then even now, a lot of the colors have like multiple entries. I don't really know why that is. That doesn't really make sense to me. And then also all of the backstitching is gone. I don't do projects with backstitching that often, so that might just be how, I think that's just how Pattern Keeper is. I don't think it, there's an option to have backstitching in the patterns on Pattern Keeper. So I'm going to have to go on the regular pattern to find all that. But that's not a big deal. But yeah, I am super happy with this. So my goal for the next time I work on it, this is like a little less than a week's worth of work because I finished everything and then I didn't have any white and I didn't want to move it until I finished the white. So I just started on, I think Fairy Dancer is my next one. I started on that one a little bit early. So I want to obviously get this done. And then I just want to work on the swirls on the sides. I'm like fighting with myself and like, do I want to do all of the border, which is all the swirly stuff? Do I want to do all of that first before I do any of the characters? And like, no, I don't. I want to work on the characters. But also yes, because you know, it'll block everything out. I'll know exactly where I am on everything. But I can also just do it as I go. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I'm definitely going to do that top line. That's for sure. And then after that, I don't know. We'll see. But I am loving this fabric. I think I have the tag somewhere, but I don't have it on me, so sorry. I'll try to maybe insert it in the bottom, in the description. But it is very beautiful. I'm loving it. I mean, I still wish that it was opalescent, but what you gonna do? It's fine. Alright, so my next is Fairy Dancer. So here is the full pattern. And then here is where I was last time. And here is where I am now. So I didn't get a huge amount done on this one. I got, I want to say like pretty much 2 full like diagonals done because this one's unfinished, but the one I started on was unfinished. It was partial, and then I know I did 1 full one, and so I think about there. Not a huge amount of progress. This one's just slow going for me, you know. I mean, I still probably did a few thousand stitches, I'm sure. It just feels like I didn't get much done. But there's always next time, you know, every stitch counts, right? As long as I keep going and working on it. So I've been trying to be better about posting on Instagram every night, all of my progress, and doing my stitches, my stitch count on there. And I've been doing a bit better. I still miss a few nights here and there, or I just don't get any stitching done. I work every Wednesday night, and I'm usually at work pretty late, so that's usually the night every week that I don't get much done. But this one, definitely I get the most likes on this one. It's pretty consistent. I get at least, you know, I don't get a huge amount of likes on Instagram. You know, I have like around 300. I think I have 318 followers right now. So, you know, if you want to help, go follow me on Instagram. Go over there. Links below. But yeah. So this one gets about 50 likes, I think, on average. And then the next one got the least amount of likes. But this is definitely people's favorite of mine. Alright, and then the last one I worked on, and I just finished working on this last night. This is Pirate's Booty by Ship's Manor. So here's the full picture. And I know that picture is not great. It doesn't really show everything, but what you can do. And then here's where I was last time. I didn't have much done at all. And this, I think, is the one, I don't know if I got the most stitches done on it, but I feel like I got the most percentage progress done on it by far. So I got this entire corner done. Everything is done except beading. And then I got this done. So the center is, you saw the picture, but the center is like a skull and crossbones. And then off to the side are all of the directions. So west is that one, north, east, south. So I got one of those done. Only have 3 more to go on that. 3 more to go on here. These diamonds are done, so there's only 2 more diamonds. So awesome progress. I'm super happy with my progress. I actually think I might have a finish this year, and it'll probably be this one. Because this is, you know, really this is only like 5 days worth of work. Because I really didn't do anything on Wednesday. I did a ton on Friday. That's pretty much Friday is when I put all of the color in, most of the color. The only thing I'm not loving with this is I am having to use Krennic, which, if anyone has used metallics before, Krennic is not the desired brand. But for some reason I didn't think like, oh, I'm just gonna substitute it for whatever I feel like with Petite Treasure Braid, because Petite Treasure Braid is much easier. So this gold, that's Petite Treasure Braid. And the W, if you can kind of see that, Petite Treasure Braid. These diamonds and these pearls are Krennic. And I, for the life of me, could not thread my needle. I use, I believe, 26 gauge bohin needles, and the eye is pretty small, but that's just what feels good for me. I bought a variety pack one time. It was 28s, 26s, and 24s, and 28s are too small, 24s are too big, 26s, those work for me really well. So to do the Krennic, because I couldn't do those with those needles, I have a like variety needle pack of an unknown brand. They're not meant for cross stitching, they're meant for regular sewing, so a bunch of them are just like really sharp. I think my mom might have gotten it for me. She does get me cross stitch supplies every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, and she doesn't ask me what I want. She'll just get me random stuff, and it's never great. I still have a pack of like just random thread. It's a huge pack of thread, but it's not DMC, and that's what I use, and it's not Anchor either. It's some unknown brand of like knockoff floss, and I have still not gone through it. I don't know if the quality's there, so I'm like afraid to use it just in case. But yeah, so anyways, so I went through this thing, and there are like really tiny needles, and then there's also 2 really big needles, and they're huge. It's gigantic, but it worked. But like going from this, I don't know if you can really see that very well, but that is the size difference. And also the gauge is quite different. So like going from one to the other, not fun, because you know you kind of get muscle memory when you're stitching. So it was very unwieldy a bit. And then when I went back to the smaller needle, I kept like trying to stick it in when there was no needle, you know, because it was so much shorter. So it was a learning process. Luckily, I only have 2 more of those diamonds left and only 1 more row of those pearls, and then I don't have to do any more Krennic. So yay, thank God. So those are all my whips for January. I'm going to start working on Deer Creek tonight. It's already like 6 p.m., but I'm gonna, you know, do what I can on it. And then the week after that, I'm going to work on The Fantastic Voyage by Hade. And then week after that, back to Pokemon. Week after that, back to Disney. So that will be my February, most likely, unless there's a 5th week that I'm forgetting. I'm definitely gonna have to order some thread. There is a Hobby Lobby going in my local mall, and I don't know when it's going in. But it'll be nice to be able to just go and get threads whenever I want and not have to wait until I have enough built up and can order a bunch, because that's just annoying. I'm gonna wait until I'm done with Deer Creek, so I'm gonna wait until next week, and then I'll probably put an order in, see what I need for, because usually I need a few for Deer Creek and Fairy Dancer, both. I know I need at least one for Fairy Dancer. I noticed that when I was working on it, but I like to go through them all, because yeah, I definitely need to order that. I definitely need to order that white to get any progress done on my Disney one, so we'll do that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means a lot to me. If you want, please go follow me on Instagram. I post all my progress stuff on there, so you get to see what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And I hope you guys all have a great February. Happy Valentine's Day. And I will see you next time. Bye.